We're on. Oh my gosh. We were just chatting about how, we have a love-hate relationship with technology. So hello, boss babes. I am sorry for the delay. We're finally ready to go. And we are being recorded. So anybody that is, misses live can watch later. So that's amazing. So here's what's happening. I'm Michelle Fox, creator of Boss Babes Online. And not too long ago, I interviewed Shamika Stevens. And as a result of chatting with her, I met Cindy Moran Smith. And so she and I have become friends and been chatting. And her story blew my ever-loving mind. And so I said, Cindy, is there any way that you would share this with my people on Boss Babes? Because here's the thing, is she's been in direct sales, and then she had to take sort of a leave of absence for personal reasons. And then when she came back in, she was really thinking she would probably only do it for personal use. And if you're not in our industry, that's just like one small order a year, basically. And long story short, she found some very, very clever ways to increase her sales enormously. And basically from home, without doing appointments outside of her home, she hit Princess Court of Sales. And there's a great story about how she almost got Princess Court of Sales. Then she did hit it, I think, a couple times. And then she's been on Queen's Court of Sales. And so for non-Mary Kay people, that's $40,000 in retail sales in a year, which that's a whole freaking lot of lipstick and mascara. It really is. So anyway, she has such neat and refreshing ideas, and you're going to want to take notes like crazy. And yes, you can ask questions. And if we don't get to the questions live, we will come back and answer them later. But she's just got so many little tidbits. And like me, she loves to chat. So it's like we're going to be talking about all kinds of stuff. So put your seatbelts on. So this is Cindy Moran Smith. And Cindy, would you just first of all, I love your story, just how just in your own words, like tell me your Mary Kay story, how you came in initially, how you came in the second time, just like we were talking about before we went live. Would you mind sharing that?
Okay. I'm glad y'all are here. I'm a little bit nervous because I've not done this before in this setting, but I was in Mary Kay prior to 2013 for maybe around 5 years. And my husband got sick in June of 2013. And we thought he had a spider bite. We thought then it was a sinus infection. And he was diagnosed with acute myeloid leukemia. And so we traveled an hour from where we lived to Birmingham. We spent 61 days in the hospital, plus driving 3 days a week for infusions and things like that. He almost died twice. And so I made a decision to just drop out of, what I was doing, because he couldn't drive, he couldn't work. And for the next 9 months, that was, kind of our life. Mm-hmm. And a couple of years later, my daughter signed up as a Mary Kay consultant, and she was trying to work, I guess directorship was kind of in her mind. But then she contacted me, like, Mom, sign up. They're having a special. Just do it for the skincare because you love the skincare. Yeah. Like, well, I don't know. I said I would never do it again. And so in 2018 in June, I signed back up just to get the discount. And then a couple of months later, I thought, well, maybe I'll have a little party and see if anybody comes. I had a couple of people come. And then I just kind of started, telling people, hey, I've, signed back up to do Mary Kay. I don't know if you have a consultant, but let me know. And so the first year, I didn't even know what Princess Court was. I missed it. I was very, very close. I had no idea. I found out like either the day of or after the fact. And it was like $500, which I just felt sick. And so the next year I hit it, but I was not close to Queens. But I remember working all day that last day, from that morning till midnight that night. And I missed Queen's Court just by like $4,000.
Oh my gosh.
And I cried at midnight, like it was 12:07, and I was like, I worked so hard and I didn't make it.
That's,
So I was
well,
like,
that's amazing. Oh my
I'll
gosh.
do,
Okay.
I'm gonna do it. And so, of course, we know what happened in 2020. My last in-person facial was in March of 2020, and I had to make a decision then. What am I going to do? Because my husband has a compromised immune system, so I couldn't be like just out and about amongst, whoever. So
Mhm.
I said, okay, we can figure this out. I had done a couple of virtual parties, so I kind of sort of knew what to do. But then I met another friend in Virginia that was Mary Kay. We jumped on the bandwagon of these girls that were doing a 3-month program teaching you how to do virtual. And we did that. And then, of course, I did some things with Michelle Cunningham and, learned lots of stuff. And so just over the course of time, have learned a lot of different things from a lot of different direct sellers, not just Mary Kay people,
Mhm.
but there's a lot of people out there that you
Mhm.
can get all kind of nuggets from. So my last in-person party, I guess, was March 2020. And I had one facial last year. And she sat at one end of the table and I sat at the other
Yeah.
with my mask on. And so everything I do is virtual. And it's so much easier and better for me.
Mhm.
I know a lot of people are back out, doing it, but I enjoy not having to pack the car, load the car, drive,
Mhm.
unload, and have one person show up.
So true.
So when virtual, you can reach so many more people outside of your little community. So
Mhm.
I have customers in several different states, all over Alabama. And so I use my customer delivery service. If I have it on hand, I ship it. If not, I just ship it right to them. I
Mhm.
don't keep a lot of product on hand because I have so many customers out of town. Um,
That's interesting. Okay.
that's just me. That's not,
Mhm.
everybody. I keep the things that I sell the most of, but
Mhm.
I don't keep thousands and thousands of dollars on hand. I just, I don't see the need in that when I
Right.
have customers that I can ship it to for $5.95.
Right. True. True. So she's talking about customer delivery service that is
Yeah.
available to all Mary Kay consultants. So do you do virtual parties very often, like where you
Mhm,
go live? You do. Okay.
mhm.
All right. So here's what I want to know. I don't care about everybody else though. I would love to know, how are you getting people to book virtual parties? Because I think we all love the idea of it, but it's how do I make it happen? And then of course I want to hear about your subscription service because that's so cool. And I know people are just going to go crazy when they hear about that. So what can you share with us?
Okay, I met someone who she makes graphics and she has amazing ideas for parties. I really don't even know how I came across her. I just saw it on Facebook one day and I was like, oh, well, that looks kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
So I joined her group. And then back, I think the end of May, she had like a 3 or 4 day training. And so I joined in and she was giving away a year's worth of graphics.
Oh, wow.
And so it was so funny because my husband was off the day and you had to be on the live. Like you had to be on the live to see what she was doing because she was giving all this stuff away. So she
Mhm.
kept drawing all these names. There were several hundred on this, training. She
Uh-huh.
kept drawing names. Every time she'd call a name, I'd be like, oh, boo, it wasn't me. Boo, it wasn't me. And my husband was laughing. He was like, well, you sure are greedy today. I was like, no, I just want to win something. So when she gets to the last thing, which you're getting June through December, she does, and it's not, if you're in the Mary Kay world, I mean, our graphics are amazing. You can make wonderful graphics on Canva, which I use all the time, but these are just different. Like they're conversation starters, or it gets people kind of stirred up, like in your group to participate. And so when she does that last drawing, she says, okay, now this person is going to win my monthly, she calls it the Kick It Club. They're going to win the rest of the year's Kick It Club graphics every day. Plus she gives you the verbiage to go with it.
Wow.
3 different. So anyway, when she does the little thing, she says, Cindy, well, she had already called a couple of other Cindy's, but when she said Cindy Moran Smith, like I start screaming in the house and everything. So through that, I have kind of gotten acquainted with her. So she does just, I mean, she has some really cool things, and I'll put her, y'all can go join her group. I'm sure she would appreciate that.
I was gonna say, we need to know her name and the name of the group. So
we'll put that in there.
Okay.
But she has a thing, and it's like board game, and you do it for a week. And so I did that. I think it was maybe the end of July or the 1st of August. I can't remember. And it's something different based on a board game every day. I got 6 bookings that week from that.
Wow.
And so, yeah.
Write that down.
It was just my
Awesome.
regular people in my VIP group. And so those are scheduled like for this month and next month. Plus I do a virtual birthday event every month for my girls that they can join the birthday club. And I don't do those in a group anymore because with all the changes and the algorithms with Facebook, I have people all the time, even in my VIP group, say, I don't see your posts. I can't see your lives. So I moved my birthday parties to Messenger. And I've
noticed more and more people doing that. Okay.
Yeah. I do them for 3 days, and I do about 3 or 4 posts a day. I don't wear them out, just, just basic things, because they're already customers. These are already customers. So you're, and then they get their discount. They get a card. It tells them their discount and their goodies that, they're going to get for the month. So I do that every month. And then I do my holiday open house. It's virtual too. And I do Merry Mondays. I started that last year. I will do that again this year. I'm going to change it up just a little bit. And sometimes you get sales from that and sometimes you don't. It's just.
Is it like a discount that you offer on Mondays during holiday season? Or
it's like 15 minutes. And I just go on and I feature a gift. Like,
okay.
I have this one to show today. Hold on, I'll show you.
So you do this all year long?
I do this during the holiday season. So this is the one that I'm going to do today because it's Mary Kay's birthday. So this is the Mint Bliss. I just made up one to show them. I'm doing them in these pink little reusable coffee cups. I'm going to add some cocoa, like a hot chocolate packet. And of course, I didn't have the socks in yet. My order hasn't come in. So like I'll go in there today and they can get it wrapped, fixed, everything they're going to get a couple of dollars off because these are going to sell really good. The little polka dotted socks, my bags are polka dot. So this is one of my little specials today. So this is actually kicking it off, but I'm going to say it's Wow Wednesday, but we're going to start our Merry Mondays next week. And so I post a graphic, I make it. I text it to my beauty package girls, and I usually do it about 7:30. It's 15 minutes. If they come on live and comment, I put their name in for a little something, like a little giveaway. Sometimes they get, I get orders, and sometimes I don't. And it's okay, because I'm just featuring something every week that leads up to my open house.
And this one is in your group, like your private group is where you do the live thing. And then the birthday thing is through Messenger. So you must create like a Messenger group of, birthday girls, and then just, have that active for, a certain period of time. So I'm filling in the blanks for anybody that's, hasn't really done this kind of stuff. So I love all this, all of this. I just like writing stuff down like crazy. Oh my gosh.
Not using, and I just started using it a few months ago as boards. I use boards, and I have all of because my birthday parties are basically, they're all the same.
Okay.
I have a board, set up in there, and it says MK birthday events.
Is a board an app that you're using?
Yes, it's an
Okay.
app and
Okay.
it's free, but there is a paid version. I'm all about the free. I use free.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, so it's really cool if you're not using it, and you can organize your events, you can organize your graphics. Like I've already made one holiday ideas, so I've gotten all the holiday products in there,
Very
and then
cool.
I will, use those in the events until they sell out, of course. But and then I'll make some cute little graphics on Canva and stuff. So yeah, so it's just, and then I research, like, say this month for September, the birthstone is sapphire.
Okay.
So I go and research what the sapphire means, everything like that. And somebody in one of our pink groups had made graphics, and it'll have the stone and then it'll have products
I've
that kind
seen
of
that.
I post that in there, and then I come back and I tell them what the sapphire represents, what it means, blah, blah, blah. I give them that information. Like that's the first day. I'm just kind of warming them up. And then I start like just sharing, we still talk about skincare. I'm a big skincare person. We talk about the boosters, masking. And then one day I'll do like, CC cream, under eye corrector, different things like that. And if there's new products, I feature those. And I do little snippet videos over on Instagram. You can do
Okay.
little 90-second videos, and I make those over there, add words, make them all cute. I do goofy, crazy stuff. And
That's what it takes.
I'll share those in the birthday thing. And I do my stories, I'll make stories sometimes on Friday, sometimes I do it on Wednesday. I'll pick a favorite product and feature that, and I'll make a little, video or something like that. So I don't go in the group and talk 30 minutes. It's just
Okay.
little informational, like, do you mask? And then I hold the charcoal mask up, and while I'm talking, I do my little wording and it'll flash up 2 times a week. Mask on the W's, Wednesdays and the weekends, blah, 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 blah. And so they have
How do you come up with your ideas? Like, are these just, you just like, they just come to you in a vision or what?
I mean, I guess because I've watched so many other people and listened to them, and I'm like, I think I can do that. And so then I'll just, the first one I ever did was with this lip gloss right here. I did one, this is the Sheer Illusion. It's my favorite. I just did in my other setup in another room, I just sat in front of it. I played around with Instagram and I was like, oh, well, that's cool. And I made it all this crazy stuff. It got like 4,000 views.
Wow. That's so cool.
So, yeah. And I mean, I don't talk most of the time. I'm just holding it up, doing my little words and stuff, because you can make it look really cute on Instagram.
So are you Cindy Moran Smith on Instagram? Is that how we can find you?
On Instagram, it might be. I'm not sure. I've had it for so long. I don't really use Instagram a lot. I'm more Facebook, and I do reels, my little reels and stuff, but I make them on Instagram because you can do stories. You can make a story. You can make a reel over there, and it gives you the option like 30 seconds, 60 seconds, 90 seconds. And so you can just snap a picture. You can do a boomerang and then go over there and add your wording, add different little lighting. And then before you post it, you can add music. I always add music. I'm a music person, so I always add music.
And then do you save it and then share it on Facebook, or you can share it right from Instagram?
You can share it right from Instagram, like in your stories. But if I want to share it as a reel on Facebook, or like one of these that I make in my parties, in my virtual parties, I will save it to my phone. And then I have an album just for parties, and I'll save it in there. And then I can save, I can do it on my reel. So sometimes I'll just make, like, if I'm going to do 4 Friday faves, I'll do them all in one day.
Mhm.
And that's something I learned from Michelle Cunningham, of somebody that, a couple of years ago was talking in her, hey, when you're going to do pictures or you're going to do this or that, just change tops like 4 times
Yeah. Mhm.
and go take your pictures or, whatever. So, I mean, I don't have a photographer. I just use my phone. So,
Wow. Oh my
it's
gosh.
pretty simple. So,
This is so good. I have to jump in for like a few things that I'm thinking.
okay.
First, is everybody noticing how she's investing in herself? She takes time to take courses to follow other leaders in the field, not just in Mary Kay, in direct sales. She is inspired by their ideas, and then comes up with her own, interpretation of it. And then she consistently offers it. You don't do it once and then do something else. It's like it's every Wednesday, it's every Monday, it's every Friday, or however. And also, are you noticing how the I buys, that she put something together? She just made one. I think that's a big mistake, is that we think I'm going to sell 100 of these Mint Bliss with the free socks, and we, spend tons and tons of money before we've got, the proof that it's going to sell. She does one in an eye-catching way and promotes it, and I want one. It's like they're fun, they're visual, they're in, and that is doable. And then the other thing that's doable is she's saying, I don't do half-hour videos. I pop on and do 30 seconds, 90 seconds. I've got goosebumps, because that's what I hear all the time is I don't want to go live. I don't look good on camera. I don't know what to say. You can think of something to say for 30 seconds when you're holding up an adorable, gift like that. And so the days of excuses are over, my friends. It's like, you just have to do it, and look at the success that she's had. I mean, it's so inspiring. And as you have questions, please put them in the comments, because we will come back to that. But before we get sidetracked, I want to hear about your subscription box, because that was the thing that when you told me about that, I was like, I've heard of it so many times. I've tried it myself. It has not really worked for me, but your fresh take on it is just so cool. So we need to hear all about that. Okay, go.
I was going to say, use your catalog. Your lookbook has all kind of wording in it. And so that's what I started doing. I started going and looking in the lookbook when I would do my little stuff, and I would just pick 2 or 3 words. And when I do my little reels, that's what I put on there as a flash. Like the new thing with the skincare is the ABCs of skincare: antioxidants, brightener, collagen. So on my one little video that I did, it was the skincare sitting on a shelf, and I put new skincare, and I did the little rainbow effect, like coming off of it. And I put ABCs, and I listed them at the bottom. And then I did some kind of crazy song with it that had like, maybe treat yourself, do something. I don't know.
Right. Yeah.
So, it doesn't have to be perfection. I'm not perfection. I'm a pretty basic girl. So, that's how my brain kind of works. And in fact, that's how I found out who Shamika was through being on the, with Michelle Cunningham, because I think at some point she might've featured Shamika. And then I just kind of reached out to her. I was like, she probably won't even answer me. I mean, she's been on blah, blah, blah. Well, then, she answered me back. Yep. And then another lady that I've met from Houston, Texas, she was connected with that first group, those 2 girls that came on like, hey, we're in this season. We're XYZ. We can teach you what to do. We jumped on the bandwagon, paid like $297 for a 3-month class. Now they're charging thousands. I mean, they have thousands of followers. I'm like, well, I'm glad we got on the bandwagon first.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not paying thousands, but I'll pay $10. So, anyway, I had, kind of heard of people getting these packages from other companies, in the mail. And, people say, oh, I used to get the Ipsy bags, or the whatever it is. And I was like, that's kind of cool. Well, I saw a lady who is a Mary Kay lady. This has been several years ago. And she was doing subscription boxes. And she does a monthly. And I'm like, how in the world does this lady do this every month? Well, I had already kind of thought about it. So I just asked a few people. I said, hey, if I started like a little subscription package, would you want to subscribe? And they were like, yeah, like what would be in it? And I'm like, well, it'd be a surprise. You don't get to pick it out. It's $20 and your product would either be a $18 product to maybe $22. And then you're going to get some extra little goodies. And so when I first started, I had 10 people sign up. And I started it quarterly because I knew I couldn't do it every month. I mean, I couldn't do it. And because it's a lot, it's a lot. It's good, but you got to be organized. I mean, you got to kind of get it together. And I'm trying to get mine a little better organized. So I had
You're
several
very organized.
I had several drop out and it dropped down to 4. And this was in 2020. And I was like, oh gosh, I guess I just need to quit doing it. I mean, I've only got 4 people. And I thought, no, I'm going to keep doing it because these 4 people matter. And I just kept doing it for the 4. And so as I would meet new people, once, like we would chat or have a virtual facial, or I would send them, a little blessing packet in the mail. Then when we would be chatting, I would say, hey, I don't know if you would want to do this, but I do a little quarterly beauty package. You do sign up for the year, but you only pay when the boxes or the packages go out. Some people call them boxes. I call them packages. I invoice you the 1st of the month. You pay by the 5th. I try to have them shipped out by the 17th or the 20th. Think about it. And if you want to sign up, I have a little Google form I want you to fill out. So then I thought, well, maybe I need to have a time where they can actually sign up. So July is my sign up month. So I came across another lady, and this is her thing. She does subscription boxes. She has it's amazing. She has thousands of subscribers, and she was having an open training back the first week of June. I think it was $10. And I was like, I'm going to do this. It was the most amazing thing I've ever done. She only opens it up once a year. So I felt kind of good about myself. Like when I started listening to it, I was like, oh gosh, well, I can already do that. Oh, I already kind of do that. But I learned some really good tips from her. And so I've been trying to incorporate that, to make it even better. So I have right at 40 subscribers.
Wow.
And 6 of those are juniors, because I started a little junior package. The moms who have like tweens or teens, they can add $10 onto theirs, and the girls get a little $8 to $10 item. But actually, I think their bags were a little better in August because I had so many cool extra little things that I put in there. I was like, those moms are going to be so jealous. So I have a little Google form, and I printed it off, but you can't see it. And it just asks them like basic questions: name, address, their date of birth. And then I put like, what beauty products do you love the most? And so they answer that. And that kind of gives me an idea. Do you have an allergy? Because I don't want to give them anything if they're allergic to something. Are you comfortable with makeup? What type of makeup products do you love the most? And so they can check mark all of that. And then they put their skin type. I ask them their favorite color, their email. And so one of the last questions is, I did ask them who their favorite college football team was, because in the South, we're big football people. One of my last questions, I said, if a new product is about to be released prior to the date of the boxes being delivered, had you rather wait for a possible new product or proceed with the original plan? Because if they don't care to wait, then we're good.
Okay.
If they don't want to wait, well, then they get theirs first. So that helps me kind of know a little bit about them. So I condensed that form for the girls and did it kind of similar, like their favorite color, things that they liked, different things like that. So up until I guess last year, I was just randomly picking a product, doing a few samples. Well, I thought, why don't I put a theme to my box, these boxes, packages? Why don't I do that? So last year I started doing that. So in May, my theme was patriotic. So everything was red, white, and blue. Everything had to do with that, even like the products they got and stuff. So in August, everything was about Elvis. It was Elvis themed. So all the products they got were, and then I can't remember what I did in November. But in August this year, it was back to school. And so I kind of did something about reading. And so everything had to do with the eyes. Everything was eye related. So I researched and I put information in there. So I was going to show y'all. And Michelle has a couple of pictures of things that I had sent her. So she'll post them. So I found some information, back to school, reading more books. And it says why you should read more books. So I just made the graphic on Canva. And then I do it on cardstock, which this one you might not can see it. It's on red. I do it on cardstock. So this is their main thing in their package, because I do them in cello bags. And so they get that. So this is some of the things I got in their August. I got these on sale from one of the people that do all the cards and stuff. This one is called Mastering the Brow, and it teaches them how to do their eyebrows. So this was included. They got a devotional book. They got a gel pen. They got a little goodie bag that has eyes on it. Cute. And so inside of here, I don't know if y'all have noticed, if you're Mary Kay girls, we have a while supplies last and the pink sale. So there's some eyeshadows on there that have been $2.50. So I've been stocking up for several months on hot fudge. So when the catalog came out, the new lookbook for August, I go to the page where it shows eye looks. So that's the samples I get to go with their hot fudge. Okay. So they got this, plus some of them got the new lip liner, because they don't know I only paid $2.50 for this. That's so right. They got this, and they either got the new waterproof eyeliner or the lip liner, based on which ones love lipstick and which ones love eye stuff. Okay. So I put all their little samples in this little bag.
I've seen those on Amazon. They're adorable.
I forgot I had them packed up and I found the box.
They're adorable. I need to
they
order
got
them.
this, and all of their stuff was attached to their little devotional books. I got those for 99 cents at Christian Book Distributors. So when they sign up, they get I send out a basic information. Hey, this is the month you can sign up for the quarterly beauty packages, blah, blah, blah. I tell them about it. And I say, if you're interested, let me know and I'll send you the follow-up. So when they say, yes, I want to see the information, I send them the second one, and it tells all about it. Like when you get it, how you pay, what your perks are. And if you've been a subscriber for X amount of time, you're going to get the same price deal every time. But if you want to come in and out, you're going to pay more when you leave and come back.
I love that part.
Because I, plan ahead of time. So I can't have people dropping off and I've already spent this money. So they know it's a commitment, right off the bat. Now, you do have situations. Like I had somebody that quit because her husband is going through, he has cirrhosis of the liver, medicines, different things like that. She said, I just don't think I'm like, look, I get that. And then I have a couple of people that, I have a retired pastor's wife. I do hers for free. So, so they know they're going to get a $5 coupon. You can buy these. I think I got these from Creative Sprinkles. And this is in there. I put an expiration date on it. They know they're going to get that. And then for August, because we had the new skincare. Now, I was just going to say this too. The beauty package girls, they get perks that other people do not get because they're my people. If I'm doing something, they're going to participate. Now, maybe not all of them, but the majority of them are going to participate. So they get perks that nobody else gets. If you're not in the beauty package club, you don't get it. Okay. So with the new skincare, these are Court of Achievers. And this was telling about the new skincare, out with the old, in with the new. So they get a discount on the new skincare, especially if they're a skincare girl, and it has an expiration. And like it expires October 5th, which gives them time to look at it. I sent samples out to a lot of them so they can try it and see. Well, they're going to have to change whether they want to or not. But anyway, they get that. All their little extras are in this little bag. This little bag was like full, and I did lip glosses too. And so everything was attached to their devotional book with their pen, their brow card, everything's attached to that. And then everybody gets a handwritten note. And so I buy these. You can buy all kind of little encouragements. So these have like a little saying and a scripture, and then I write a handwritten note on the back.
That's really sweet.
Everybody gets a handwritten note. And then when I package it, everything's about the eyes. I think you're fabulous. And then on the outside of the envelope, I have the best customer. Glad you're one of them. And then I had little stickers made because this is kind of my little brand, is the little VW bus, like tie-dye, stuff like that, because I'm kind of retro. So this goes on the outside. These are my envelopes. Has the little,
so cute.
Yeah. So this is something I added this time is just randomly, I'm going to select one of the 34 people I think I have, or 35. I told them that somebody would be randomly selected to get a gold ticket. And if their package has the gold ticket, then they can gift a free package to a friend or family member. So this one is the free one. She's got to pick it up. And so then they know they're gifted. They can either deliver it or I will ship it. So I write a little note and say, your friend Lindsay, is a subscriber to my beauty packages. She won the golden ticket for August. She wanted to gift you.
That is so cool.
And so then, of course, you're putting your business card in there. And who knows? That might be a new customer.
That is
or a new person.
How do they pay you? Like, do you is it like PayPal, or how does that work?
Use our Pro Pay with Mary Kay, and I still have some that pay cash, and I still have some ladies that pay check.
Can you create an invoice from ProPay, or do you just send them an email? Oh, you can. Okay, that's classy.
I create invoice from ProPay, send it, and it just says August B package.
That is very cool.
And then if they're local, it's $20, and if it has to be shipped, it's $25.
Okay, I was going to ask that as well.
So it's $5 whether it's $4.50 to ship or $7.50 to ship. But most of them are about $5.
Which is probably why you don't do a box. You do it in an envelope, because that saves on postage, doesn't it?
It saves on postage, and boxes are expensive. Because I've looked at the boxes and they're expensive. So I got 100 of these envelopes for like $20 something. So I will use these only for them. Like they're the only ones that get this envelope.
Okay.
With anything mailed in it. I don't mail those out to anybody else. And then when I print my labels, I use pirate ship.
Mhm.
When I print my labels, I put to the fabulous Lindsay Turner, or to the amazing Lindsay Turner, or to the fantabulous. I always put some word.
Uh-huh.
And a lot of times they will take a picture if it's a ship, and they'll say, "This just made my day."
That's
Or,
so cool.
"I wish all my packages said this." I
Yeah.
had one of my customers told her husband, he's like, he's a boss somewhere. And I always write those little handwritten notes. And she messaged me and she said, "I told my husband if he'd do this at his job, his employees might like him better." So
That's funny.
they do love that. It takes a lot of time,
Mhm.
but I put a handwritten note in every sale, every package that goes out. The only ones that don't get that handwritten note is the customer deliveries. But then I will send a card in the mail that just says, "Thank you for your
Mhm.
purchase," or maybe they're new. And I say, "I'm so glad to have you. I hope that when you think of skincare, cosmetics, and gifts, I come to your mind."
Some
Blah, blah, blah.
some things I'm hearing that I love is everybody hearing how, she really rolls off the red carpet for her customers. And, we talk about that a lot on Boss Babes, that it's all about the relationship. And you can do that even when it's online, even when you're not face to face with people. You could just do little things that make them feel really special. I mean, who wouldn't want to get a package like that that's so cute and is like especially for you, with your name and a handwritten note? And another thing I wanted to point out is that we also talk about personal branding yourself rather than relying on the company. Think of this. She is unique in that she's got the VW bug that represents her, the tie dye that represents her. Yes, she's a Mary Kay girl, but she's more than that. You see what I'm
Mhm.
saying? It's like she is her own unique branch of that and has like created her own niche. And that's everything. When there's so much noise and there's so much competition online, you have to be you, and you have to make your customers feel special, and you have to do something to solidify the relationship and the trust between you and your customer. And that's when they are customers for life. When they feel special, they see that they are getting privileges, they're getting extra special treatment, they're getting little add-ons, and it doesn't always have to be things that cost money, but just the way that they are treated and the way they're appreciated, is everything. So it's so cool to hear, what you're saying. It lights my buttons or whatever, like lights my fire. There is a question. We've almost been on for an hour. I can't believe it. It like flew
Oh,
by.
gosh.
I
didn't
can't
know.
even believe it. But we do have a question. All right. Of course, as soon as I touch my phone, then it disappears. Here we go. Veronica wants to know about your reels, like the short videos that you do and stuff. Do you just do Facebook then and maybe Instagram, or are there other social media platforms that you're on?
I'm not on TikTok. It's a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, if you try to be present everywhere, that's a
Mhm.
lot. I mean, it's a lot.
It is.
I mean, I have a TikTok, and I only created it like back during the pandemic. I think me and my husband, we did one kind of silly TikTok thing and put it out there,
Mhm.
but it's just a lot.
Mhm.
I mean,
So you would say like Facebook is number one, and then you
Mhm.
occasionally do Instagram. Is that accurate?
I'll post on Instagram. I don't really do Mary Kay on Instagram.
Okay.
It's
So
just
you're
like
just
live.
using Instagram to create the reel then, pretty
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
Wow.
And
Okay.
I do post life things there, not
Mhm.
all the time, but and I use text. I text. Something that I've started doing a lot more of, I guess probably this year, is in Messenger. I voice message my people.
Oh, that's nice.
I
Mhm.
just say, "Hey, blah blah blah," or "Hey, I wanted to check on you." And like I have some girls that are the beauty package subscribers. They don't buy anything else really from me. They
Mhm.
do that, And then they have little girls. I always fix those girls a package. If it's just candy and the little lip gloss samples.
Mhm.
And I'll put that, and I'll say, don't forget now, I put some stuff in there for the girls. And the girl, they love it. The
And
girls love
guess
it.
what? They're going to grow up and they're going to become your customer later. I mean,
Yeah.
it's so
So,
bad.
so yeah, I just use it to make those little reels and stuff.
Mhm.
And then I post them in my stories. I post them on reels on Facebook. And then I use some of them, like if it's masking or skincare, or I did one with the new, I think it was the new eye makeup remover. I'm not positive. Um, and it's crazy looking. There's one that you can do and it makes your hair look pink and it looks like
Oh.
you're glowing. And so I had it, and it was like the best just got better. That was in the
Great.
catalog. Just go look in your, and that's something I learned too from Michelle Cunningham, which I was listening to her way before pandemic.
Mhm.
I was already kind of listening to some of her stuff. And that was one of the things that she said is, look at your catalog. Like, go read your catalog and see what's in there. So just go and pick up. Your mind can become overwhelmed. And I'm an
Mhm.
overthinker. So like when I start hearing like 12 different things, I'm like, okay, I'm so overwhelmed right now. What is it I really need to do? So you just kind of have to, I listen to Mary Kay people, but then I listen to other direct sellers out of Mary Kay.
Mhm.
Because one thing you do have to remember, in Mary Kay, we are limited. You're limited on how you can post, what you can say.
Mm.
I don't post anything on my personal page about Mary Kay.
Okay.
I don't, when I post products, if Mary Kay's down the front of it, I camouflage Mary Kay. I never say, oh, we have the best blah, blah, blah in Mary Kay. I don't do that.
Okay.
I cover that up.
When you're on
Because
your personal profile or all the time?
yeah, even when I make reels, I never
Okay.
say Mary Kay.
Okay.
What you want to do is create curiosity.
Mhm.
Because I mean, there's some people when they see Mary Kay, they're gonna go,
Yep.
or I mean, some people just have that reaction because they
Right.
just don't know.
Right.
So then when you build, just living your life every day, like I post stuff about my dog, she's a rescue, and just when you're just living your life, drinking some kind of smoothie, or keto, or like we're big football fans, so like just different things like that. But yeah, on my reels and stories like that, I don't put this is Mary Kay and we're
Right.
the no, I don't do that.
And I'm not hearing that you go on and post like, hey, I'm having a special, or hey, this is this much, or this is my hostess program, or not even like, hey, this is my beauty bundle or my beauty package. It's more that you are approaching people individually through text and messenger and face to face, and getting that, one-on-one interaction however you can, and then posting the benefits, like this is what this amazing eye makeup remover does. This is what this amazing mask does. It's a slight change, but it's everything, you guys. It's like, it's the difference between getting people's attention and not getting people's attention, because, we see commercials and advertisements and people asking us to buy stuff and asking us to book parties all day long. But it's different when you're coming on and just having fun and living your life and showing, how you benefited from something, and not just kind of barfing all the company information all the time. Because another thing that can happen is they can go buy it from somebody else, or sadly, they can get it like on Amazon or eBay or something like that, which is, subpar and not cool in any way, shape, or form. But anyway, so it's been an hour, so I don't want to go on any longer, but I mean, I know everybody's like, just wants you to keep going, because you are just like a well of information. It's just like, oh my gosh, everything that comes out of your mouth. I'm like, it's simple in the sense that it's doable, but it's so fresh. And it's just like something, a new way. And another thing I love is that is your confidence. And I don't know that you necessarily see that in yourself, but the fact that you can say, this is how I do it, and just do it, be you, and you just do it consistently. And I think you've learned also how to get input from other sources, but kind of weed out the stuff that either isn't the right time or is too much. That is the biggest issue, I think, when we come online and we realize how many mentors are out there for us, is that we don't end up not doing anything because we hear so many different interpretations of what we should do and how we should prioritize our time and stuff. And so it's important for all of us to realize that, we are the captains of our own ship. And at some point we have to decide, this is how I'm going to do things. And you have to give it time. You have to do it consistently. And remember how she said, and part of her story was that she went from 10 to 4, but she said these 4 people deserve as much as if it were 400 people. Like, I owe them. They are trusting me. They're giving me their money consistently. I'm going to bring it. I'm not quitting. And that's just so inspiring, Cindy. It's been a privilege to get to know you and hear your story. And I have written down like so many things. And so what I want us to do too, is to come back and to give people the resources that you've been mentioning, like who did you go to learn about the beauty boxes, and who did you, even the Amazon links, if you've got links for people to shop, that would be really helpful too. So, you don't have to do it right away when you have time.
I want to say this too, like for the birthdays, I have just a basic form on Google. If y'all aren't using Google Forms, you need to do that. So
free.
easy.
It's free. Yeah,
it's free. Yes, it is. I'm all about the free.
Me too.
You can, I have a basic form. So like if say, I have these virtual parties coming up, if they have somebody new on there, when I kind of start, chatting with them, I'm like, hey, if you don't mind, will you fill out this little basic info sheet? Because if you, decide to support your hostess and make a purchase, I already have all your information. So there's a question there that asks them, do you have a consultant already?
That's
so
important.
I know. If not, I would love to service you. I also have a birthday club. Would you like to be a part of it? Now, if they have a consultant, they don't get to join the birthday club. So if they join the birthday club, then when I add them to In Touch, the customer app, I put their birthday in, so they get a card in the mail. They get a text on their birthday.
Wow.
And then they get invited to the virtual birthday party. So they get three interactions. And I made, and I'll post it and show you guys, I made a graphic that is their birthday thing. Everybody's is the same. And I use this little cheap app. It's like you pay $25 for the year. And so I go in there and schedule their birthday text. So I made this graphic, I put it in there, and I just put birthday blessings. And the graphic goes with them, and it just says, hello, gorgeous. And it's real retro looking. And my picture is very retro, like 70s. And it just says, I hope you have a great birthday. And I put my picture and my name, and they can, info. So they get that on their birthday. So they're getting 3 forms of contact on their birthday.
Cool. And for people that are worried about, I'm contacting people too often, there you go. It's like, no, there's no such thing, because, people are busy and maybe they didn't check their text, but they got the card in the mail, or vice versa. It is important that we are constantly reaching out and making contact. Oh my gosh, this is just gold. It really is. I appreciate you so much taking the time to do this for us, and just inspiring everyone. I know, I'm sure that people are very encouraged and inspired. I love everything about it. It's like you just are, you are you, and you found a way to capitalize on that and to be consistent with it. And it's so, so, so cool. So I'm sure that we will be having more questions. And as you're watching the replay, ask questions. Honestly, I know Cindy well enough to know that she is more than happy to answer your questions and to help you in your journey. That's really what we're all about, is to help each other figure out this online business stuff. And there is success to be had. There's a light at the end of the tunnel for those of you that still are figuring it out. It is just exactly that. It's like, you need to figure out your path, the way that you are going to connect with people in a real, meaningful way. So we better wrap it up. I could talk forever, but thank you so much, Cindy. I can't thank you enough. And I know everybody out there has gotten so much out of this. Please make sure that you tell Cindy how much you appreciate her, and give her the feedback that I know you would like to give her, that you might think we don't need to hear it, but we do. If you got something out of it, let her know, and let her know specifically what it was, and that will bless her as well. So, all right, we're going to wrap this up. Thanks so much, everybody. We will see you next time. Okay.
Okay, bye.
Bye, everybody.